name is Matthew. I'm a ball valve technician here at Flo-Tite Ball Valves and Controls.
Hey, my name is Trevor. I'm a valve technician as well here at Flo-Tite Valves and Controls. And today here we have a stainless 2-inch MPF. We also offer this in carbon steel. This particular valve is an L port. I'm going to have Matthew disassemble this valve. We're going to have a look at it and assemble it back together for you guys. So Matthew, why don't you go ahead and show us.
Alright, first things first, I always start off with the end caps, which is 11/16. Front end cap on. Top end cap. Take the top plate off after we take our packing out.
This valve has 3 end caps, a top plate, and the stem is actually integrated with the ball. So when you take off the top plate, you'll notice the stem is actually a part of the ball. It is separatable.
Just like that. There's a spring at the bottom of this ball.
Anti-static.
Anti-static, yep. You want to reset the ball first, and always put your top plate back on to keep the ball centered. Put the Flo-Tite facing front. Set your top plates on and your ball is centered.
These valves can be a little tricky. When you're installing your end caps back on, you really want to make sure that the closed port end of the ball is on the side that you're tightening down. That will make sure that no cuts happen in the seats and ultimately assure that no failing would happen with the seat area.
Reinstall our end caps, and that is what he is meaning by when the ball is closed. Always make sure your heat numbers face towards the top so it's easier to see this in line.
Traditionally with other valves we would do heat numbers down. In an MPF's case, multi-port, we would do them up. We face our heat numbers up for easier accessibility.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Always make sure you have a vise when you're doing this. This is just for video purposes, but a vise always helps. And then the last thing.
When you're going to finish tightening up all of your end caps, you want to make sure you don't tighten one all the way. You want to equally tighten them side to side, and then for the last end cap you want to tighten the front one.
And always go to star pattern. That is the assembly and disassembly of an MPF valve.
Warning: never use the valve as a pipe support or structural member. Ensure that mating flanges are of the same size, type, and pressure rating as the valve, and that fasteners are of the size and type approved for the flange. Ball valves can trap fluid in the ball cavity when closed. Be prepared to capture and manage any liquid retained in the valve body when disassembling the valve. If the valve has been in hazardous fluid service, review the applicable MSDS sheet and decontaminate the valve before disassembly. All persons involved with the disassembly should wear personal protective equipment such as aprons, gloves, face shield, etc. to prevent personal injury. Valves with actuators, limit switches, or positioners should have these devices disassembled from the valve prior to disassembling of the valve. Use extreme caution disconnecting any electrical and/or pneumatic sources to the valve to protect against personal injury. Isolate the valve actuator prior to disconnecting. Do not remove packing gland while the line is under pressure. Personal injury could occur. Use extreme caution when removing the flange valve from the pipeline to prevent personal injury that may be caused by cold springing of the piping. Valve should be adequately supported prior to unfastening the studs and nuts that hold the valve in line and secured with lifting straps or slings to hold the weight of the valve. Valves shall be adequately supported prior to unfastening the studs and nuts that hold the valve in line and secured with lifting straps or slings to hold the weight of the valve.